Maybe we'll just start on that. Hello, welcome to the podcast. I'm Evan, and I'm sick, so don't mind my voice.
That was very like kind of like
Evan's a sick fuck.
the conversation just went from like everyone disrupted to Evan just ah!
Because I've decided what we're
Because
going
I
to
was
start
literally
with.
going to switch seats.
He
So
is Podmaster.
Why are you switching to that one? That one's
We're fine.
miles
Yeah,
away.
My
This
arse
side,
is hurting.
Stephen, we should be this
Your
side
arse
of
is
the
hurting.
microphone, so if anything you should just move
You
your seat
sat on that
around.
chair for like an entire day once. You were fine.
Yeah,
But like
Hey,
now I'm
thanks.
sitting in an office chair for an entire day.
Oh yeah, because
Oh God, fucking hell's yeah,
none
like.
of us in here sit in an office chair or anything like that. Welcome to having a job, Stephen.
I'm Lee.
I'm Joe.
I'm Alan.
I'm Stephen.
As enthusiastic as always.
Yeah. Thought I was going to cough.
I thought you were gonna get sick.
I thought he was preparing, like, you know.
No, I just thought he was like,
Vomit.
Put on the game face.
Yeah, I was just remembering Onechambra.
Unseen.
Onechambra.
Yeah, that's a low quality product.
That's one way to describe it. A low quality product.
It's
It's-
terrible.
It's on par with
No.
Bullet Witch.
But if
I think
you,
it's worse.
No,
Yeah.
but the only thing is, if you take it for what it does for its target audience, it's a high quality.
Okay, what is
I
this game?
guess probably the
Yeah.
people who want that.
It fulfills the needs of its target
Okay, the
audience.
box art cover kind of explains quite a lot to me already.
No, even just the subtitle of it.
Just the top
Oh yeah,
there.
the subtitle is what? Bikini Samurai Squad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, is there like a limitation to the amount of flesh you're able to show on the front of like
No.
on
Probably
box
not.
art?
Once
I'm
you
like-
don't show boobs and bush, I think you're
It got
good.
totally weird when all of us were sitting here and Evan was playing and we all had hard-ons, but
Yeah.
We played swords.
yeah.
Evan didn't have a hair on.
No.
Is it one of those
You
games
did.
where you do the flips? Like, wasn't it Candy
No, you
Chainsaw
do
and
the
you can
kick.
see your underwear?
Oh yeah,
and you
the
get achievements and
main character, who is like 8 foot tall for some reason, has a kick that, like, if the camera is positioned in a certain way, like, is pretty close to.
It's blatant.
Yeah, like that's exactly what they were going for.
But that's if the camera is working properly.
Yeah, if the camera.
Just camera goes wherever it feels like.
And then at one point there was this weird thing that looked like a fog made out
Like a
of red
blood monster?
smoke,
Yeah.
and I couldn't kill it. The game wouldn't explain why I was losing health while I was fighting it, and I don't know.
Then you kept on saying it was a Dreamcast thing. It's
It looks like a Dreamcast game.
Oh, it looks worse than a Dreamcast game.
Like that level, especially the city level, like the textures are just so plain.
It's a good thing it's easy to find your way around.
Oh yeah, it's super easy to navigate that map too. Like, it's not confusing at all. Especially when you're constantly losing health for
No reason.
Because your
Yeah.
character's gone a bit crazy or something. Because they were
Maybe
fighting.
that's
yeah. We never figured that out.
Maybe
either.
that's the evil thoughts of men looking at you, or your evil thoughts manifesting.
And then what? We played split screen, and the frame rate didn't like that.
What are your thoughts on not the main character though, the younger character?
That's bad. That like she's 15, of course, in a schoolgirl outfit. So, take a wild guess for where this game was produced.
You know when you looked up dress up
My
modes?
favourite
Yeah.
country.
There's actually an option to take the clothes off and they're just in like a plain bikini, and you can do that with the younger one as well.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird because she's like,
I think we stopped.
15.
I think I
Does
lost
it
my
actually give
patience with it
stats or
pretty
something
quick.
to say she's 15?
I don't know. You put a good bit of time into it. Like I'd say you put at least 45, maybe even an hour into it.
Or, I
That's a
thought-
good bit of time.
I thought you were going to say that you put at least, like, you know, 6 to 8 inches. I'll give you the benefit.
But no, that's terrible. It's really, really bad.
Yeah.
So it gives
Whatever, like, even like this weird fetish stuff, like that's one thing, but it's also just
Can you play with one hand?
terrible. No, you have to keep the camera under control.
There
at all
was a
times.
game though.
I know
that
the
you
game
could-
I'm talking about.
fucking Bayonetta.
Bayonetta, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
One-handed
if
mode.
you can do one hand, yeah.
Yeah.
Is Bayonetta just like a westernized version of?
No, Bayonetta is Japanese, but I think it actually functions. as a
Bayonetta is
decent
Japanese
game.
as fuck, but the fight system in it is really good.
Yeah, it actually plays well.
It's just
As
everything
opposed
else
to-
is just weird fucking Japanese shit, as usual.
she doesn't wear clothes, she has her hair.
It's her hair,
Yeah.
yeah.
I didn't like the combat system in it though, because it has that sort of when you hit an enemy.
You
can
have the
juggle them.
pause, yeah. I
It
don't.
really
That's not my
fucking
favorite
pisses me
thing
off.
either, but some people love it.
Why? It's stupid.
I don't know. People are just into that Devil May Cry type
People are
thingy.
stupid.
Oh, okay.
I was getting upset.
So
That
I
was
feel
very
strongly about
yeah.
that combat system, I guess.
At least he said it was like of poor
I,
quality.
no, I really do hate that combat system. It's just, it really annoys me. Like.
What was the other game that they released? Platinum released roughly around Vanquish.
Vanquish is
Yeah.
excellent. Vanquish is actually really good.
Looks really
Is
great.
that the one
as well.
you got? No.
You're a weird robot guy who smokes.
Yeah, it's kind of like Gears of
Shoot Russian
War,
robots.
but not
Is that the one where
Gears of War.
jetpacks?
There's
of like
rockets
aero
in
boosts
like the
or
back of his
something.
legs.
Yeah, that looked very pretty. I remember when I.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
It looks good and it plays decently. as
Like
well.
most Platinum games, they look nice.
Yeah, it's about 4 hours long, so and it's I bet you can get it for a tenner now. So.
Yeah.
See, that's that out of the way.
Jeez.
Lee, I
We
think
didn't make you
you've-
play anything else that night, did we?
I played Dynasty Warriors to annoy Lee.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think I accomplished my mission.
I left shortly
Yeah,
afterwards.
you left
Yeah.
pretty quickly once that happened.
That was good though.
Yeah,
I think you
enjoy those things.
reignited your
Yeah,
love of Dynasty
there's-
Warriors.
I remembered what I kind of liked about it.
And I reignited my hate for Dynasty Warriors.
Oh, we played
The menu.
Rainbow Six as
Yeah.
well. And it
Again.
crashed again.
Yeah,
There's video of the crash.
Did you get lower than me and Joe?
Oh, we didn't try to play it again. No,
No.
we played it a few weeks ago.
We never got
And
as
then
far
we
as
played-
Gary got.
No, we never got anywhere near
We
it.
We
were
need to
going
bring
there.
Gary back up there.
And it crashed.
He was
Yeah.
holding it together.
It crashed in your character.
Yeah.
Blame me.
It was your
It
fault.
was your fault though.
We're on 14.
You just killed the guy that crashed the system.
Yeah, I know. It's like you can't go past this many number of kills.
Yeah.
So that was, we had ended up on a weird retro games night.
It's weird that you're calling the 360 retro.
Those games are like
It's 7 years
old.
old.
I know, but it's still
The retro games, regardless of console that they came out on.
Still looks surprisingly decent though.
I think it looks, especially when we fixed the brightness settings on that TV.
Yeah, it actually doesn't look too
We
bad,
were
especially
playing in the
for
dark.
split screen as well.
It runs alright.
Yeah, no real frame
We
rate
had to
issues.
change the brightness settings though.
Yeah,
did.
that's-
That's because that television's weird. Always has been.
it was so funny when you got flashbang or you take any bit of damage because actually the screen gets
You
darker.
cannot see shit.
So you just couldn't see anything if you got hit once.
Even if someone shoots kind of near you, it
Suppression.
fucks up your...
They had a really good suppression system in that game. Like you couldn't fire back ever if you're getting shot at, pretty much in that
Yeah.
game. Which is,
Yeah, we talked about this last week though, didn't we?
Yeah, the last one because we played it a few nights before.
Yeah.
Whatever. So we're
Depends
done.
on how drunk we get over the weekend, would make them up on the next podcast as well. So we
Much-
had another go at Rainbow
Much
Six.
like Mountain
Still-
Blade as
I
well.
crashed again.
As soon as you get to 19 guys, it
Yeah.
crashes.
we must try and get the camera and put ourselves in the second one.
I think you can do that with the first one as
I-
well.
I think-
Give them all penis noses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's
Hello,
balding. in
Cactos.
that. I think when you put it in, the automatic character is just a balding person.
Is that a problem?
No, Al. I'm just saying it may be easier for some people to have their face in the game than others. But I remember playing that game that just be asses, people's asses, and
It
then
was
like
like
penises as well and
Yeah,
shit like
penis
that.
nose.
like a Burnout Paradise.
The
Had
screenshot.
the screenshot and it was like invariably someone's balls. Or at like best.
But like,
them
how are
giving
they
me the finger.
playing? Like, are they just
I've no
constantly
idea.
standing
Their
up
their
naked?
camera is facing their cock, like that's all they're doing.
They must just sit there with their cock and balls hanging out with the camera pointing there.
They must have some kind of lighting system as well. Like.
Yeah, they have a very complex lighting rig.
But that he's
When you're going that far,
That's
just
what
to
you're
get
getting,
your
sweaty
cock and
balls.
out there.
Nice.
Well, back in the old days, he would have just been like a fucking what you call those? Not the straight jacket, the long brown coats going
Around
around.
flashers.
Ah.
Hooray for technology.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can flash people without going.
Yeah, you don't have to leave your home. You can just buy a PS4 and
You're less
put
likely to be
whatever
arrested.
on
Oh, so you probably get arrested
Yeah,
at some
well,
point.
if you do enough, it'll eventually come back to haunt you at some point. Maybe not.
But like, wasn't what was Yahtzee? Was it Yahtzee? It was like the number one And it was even mentioned at the conference that the guys who monitor Xbox system.
Yeah.
No, that's
or
Uno.
Yeah,
Uno,
Uno, yeah. I thought you were talking about Yahtzee, the fucking
Sorry.
escapist dude.
No,
Well,
no.
Uno got a reputation. Very
And then the
early
guy
Yeah.
came out and that
That
whole
would
story.
explain why Felix was always playing Uno. The only thing I've ever seen him play on his 360 was Uno.
He's the one who caused the issue. That's like, it was all him.
Yeah.
It wasn't the people doing hard drugs
No.
on the camera while playing
Yeah.
Uno. But
But the whole story about the.
Well, fairness, that's a good idea. I'll record myself taking drugs.
it's like, what could possibly
It will help with the arrest.
outside his front
Speaking
house,
of
the
that,
address.
that just. Are you familiar with the concept of people getting swatted? No?
Is that-
Like, as an internet thing of. Like, if someone annoys you and you're able to get their home address
Oh,
and
yeah, I
details,
heard about that,
then
yeah,
you
yeah.
call a SWAT team. Or you call in, like, give an address to the police, say, I've shot some people and I'm going to shoot more. Like, they obviously have to respond. So they send, and this happened the other day. Some kid had beaten this other guy in Call of Duty, so he did it to him. And like a full SWAT team,
Showed
and
up to his
police
house.
response team showed up at his
Did
house.
the guy get
Deadly.
the guy
Oh,
who
they
did it?
caught the guy who did it.
Ah.
It's very, very serious.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah,
always
well,
said
it would be.
incredible amount of police resources and you...
But there's YouTube videos of that happening to people. The person, like a streamer, seeing like the lights appear outside his house and then the door kind of getting knocked in.
I wonder, does the police like pay you for your door? They probably
No.
don't.
No, they don't.
They probably fucking end up building
No,
it.
they
I
have
know.
they have to pay some if it's a wrongful entry.
But like, imagine if they got someone who is like responds to an intruder, like which isn't uncommon in America and other places, I guess. Like your response to an intruder being to grab a weapon. Like, and you round the corner and it's a SWAT team.
You're fucked.
They'll shoot
Right.
you into a million pieces because that's their training. Like, so it's very dangerous. You should probably not do it.
Yeah, you should shout downstairs, are you a SWAT or a burger? There you go.
Yeah. But I'm assuming everyone here hasn't been like manhandled and put in handcuffs.
No.
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 Except
Like,
for maybe Alan.
But even I thought about it.
We don't talk about that.
But even if I thought about
I wasn't manhandled. They were quite
Yeah.
gentle.
Oh, okay.
But like to get restrained, like I'd feel not
You'd have to do
not
something.
claustrophobic, but I'd have a worry that someone's actually restraining me, even if it was police.
So just beat
and
them
if
up.
it's wrongfully done, you know.
Oh, at the stage that you're
got the
already
SWAT
restrained,
team
it
member,
gets
that'll go
difficult
real
to
well.
beat anybody up when your hands are behind
Like
your
this-
back and handcuffed. And
Yeah, but does
Fucking Kung Fu Master here.
Yeah, but does
fine.
anyone feel that, like, even if the police were doing it and you knew that you're innocent, just getting restrained alone?
Yeah, it would fucking suck.
No, but, like, I'd actually have a legitimate kind of, like, I really won't let them do it because I'm
The
so
problem-
freaking
the
out.
problem-
Steven's
there
never
is
going to be
now,
into any
Steve,
sort of dominatrix
is-
stuff. Hey, Stephen, why don't we try this? No!
Oh, well, I think in a lot of cases, like if it is a SWAT team, especially the way they restrain you, you have very little say in whether it's happening to you or not.
When there's a knee at the back of your neck, there's not much you can do anyway.
That reminds me, I
Plus,
read a thing on
if you're
Twitter last
innocent-
night about the New York Police Department put up like
Oh, yeah.
the hashtag.
My NYPD.
Yeah, and they were like, take a picture of you and the NYPD and put it up, and if it's good enough, we'll feature it on our own homepage. So then it started off nice, people hang around with the local police, arm around the police guy, and they're all smiling. And then it kind of got into the Occupy Wall Street type stuff, and it was like, here's this policeman beating me with a truncheon, my NYPD.
And all the photos aren't verifiable, of course, at
Yeah.
the moment, but like, you have to say that.
How did they not see that coming?
They probably should have.
Was it you who posted that up?
I put it on my Facebook.
Does
Yeah.
someone on,
It's
like,
just a BuzzFeed link, so
Yeah.
it's probably all over the internet.
Yeah.
someone on, like, a death shot's going, I know how to reach out to them kids.
It's like that Easter film.
Oh god, Heaven is Real. Is that what it's
Yeah,
called?
Heaven is for real.
Heaven is for real. Yeah.
And they want you to make your own little meme
The one that you
photos.
put up, did you make that?
I made that. Yeah, I
That's brilliant.
went down the way to find like the worst passage I could
Why
find in
don't
the
you
Bible.
quote it for us?
What was it? Slaves, obey your master with deference. I think, even if they're cruel or something like that, and it's from Luke, or it's actually in the Bible, and it's Luke something, so it's even the New fucking Testament. It's not the Old Testament.
Did yours get published on it?
No, they do moderate them.
Yeah.
They're never going to let that shit get up, but they do let you save them.
They let you save them, like they let you. Before it gets approved, they let you save it and download it, like.
Yeah, and the
Silly
pictures they have are.
Some of them are fairly odd.
Yeah.
Like just the American flag with the sunlight behind it. I made one as well. There was a quote from just the American flag with a quote from Sovereign from Mass Effect, but it disappeared from my Facebook. It's weird. I know Facebook was undergoing one of its fucking twice daily updates.
How could you, can you put your own code in?
Yeah.
Alright, okay.
You just fill in a form. It's like
I thought you
top
could.
line.
I thought you could
bottom
just
line,
pull. I thought you were pulling quotes from them and putting it.
No,
well, it's a legitimate Bible code.
No, I know,
mine
but
wasn't.
I
Mine
thought-
wasn't a legitimate Bible quote.
I thought it would have been more messed
Neither
up
was
the
my
fact
friend
that you
Mark.
could just go through the Bible and pick up quotes.
He's like, I don't.
Your
think
mate Mark's
I don't
prick, and it's just a little kid or something like
And
that.
then the other one would bone. We might. Well, those should be in the background while we're talking about this.
Yeah. We should actually put them on.
Yeah, but social media as a marketing tool, a lot of companies haven't cracked it yet.
No.
Or they have.
Remember the time Starbucks?
Or they have. It's gone
Starbucks were
viral.
letting just broadcasting like a wall in one of the restaurants that automatically updated with Twitter messages on a certain hashtag.
That's not gonna end up well.
It didn't work well for them.
How
Like
long
it
before
was-
the wall just said penis.
There was a lot of that, but it was around the time it had come out that they weren't really paying
They were paying less than
very
1%
little tax in the UK, and that was a popular one. There was another one. I think it was a live stream of a printing press, of people signing a petition to say that this politician was great, and I think like 4chan and Reddit found out about it. So like just stuff like "We Lord Boner Hitler," like just getting printed out hundreds of times. It's pretty good. But has anything like that really happened with games companies?
No, because they have a bit more
savvy,
fucking
yeah,
sense.
They're a little bit more savvy.
Yeah, because basically they live on the internet.
Yeah.
That's where gaming communities are. Like,
It's usually just CEOs like saying
Stupid
things.
shit.
Because if you think about it, like, even when the internet was kind of young and people didn't congregate in a way, like, gaming was the only time where you had, like, a group of...
no, there was IRC.
There was IRC and Usenet and stuff like that. Yeah. Like there was a lot of like, ever since there's been the internet, there's been places for people to hang out, like BBS's.
Like before,
like
there was that barrier. You needed to have some fucking form of intelligence to be able to get online.
But
And
I,
then
but like,
yeah, like when
no,
I first
what
started,
I meant that, like, as in, for instance, like, the gaming thing would reach
That was
news
the
or have a platform
no.
to go, but those other things would never have seen the light of day. Like,
like
games would
social
make
media
news,
stuff, yeah.
kind of like, and what they did would be kind of class of it, but the other stuff wouldn't have made it.
No.
It was the kind of first thing that kind of like, obviously slung shot a lot of people to be like, oh, here's this group of people who are like able to communicate all around the world and yada yada, and then they signed, this is why you're getting shut up.
Yeah, like I don't know. I suppose gaming was, along with IRC, one of the first things for that kind of stuff.
Didn't some news, or I could be backdating on this, that the guy who was anti, I think we would call it the bombcast.
You're probably thinking of Leland Yee, whose
yeah.
affidavit reads like the plot to the most insane crime movie you will ever see.
Yeah.
He was the senator in California. He wasn't a senator.
He was against games,
congressman who was against
And-
game violence and gun crime.
Yeah.
Even though he hasn't been found guilty of anything else.
Allegedly.
Yet.
Yes.
But the FBI have prepared an affidavit which they're very serious about. And one of the charges is that he was smuggling rocket-propelled grenades
Wow, that's
to,
a pretty serious.
to gang members, amongst a load of other mental crimes like drugs.
And apparently they
Canadians
have
games to kids.
apparently they have like video or audio evidence of him talking to one of these guys, and they're like, "What's the probability of us getting like rockets or something like that?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I can get that for you. That's no problem. I can get that in for you." Like it was nothing.
Yeah, like
And then they were
trial.
like, "Can you get us Grand Theft Auto?" Whoa, now.
And And he was very sanctimonious about it as well. He was the one who got games eventually in the Supreme Court in America and all that jazz.
Shows where their priorities lie, doesn't it?
Yeah, and he was about to make a bid for senator, I think. Kind of the first step before presidential bid, really.
So luckily
Probably
he
not
was
gonna
found out
happen
now.
anymore.
Sorry, that sounds like Saints Row.
Yeah, it's really you maybe put
If
a
I'm
link to the
president.
affidavit or something. In
Maybe
has
that's why he was
stingers.
against games. He didn't want anyone like stealing his ideas. Maybe the people who were behind Saints Row found out about this and they were trying to tell everybody, and he's trying to silence them.
They should make a fucking true crime game about him.
that's what Sleeping Dogs 2 is going to be.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So
It's kind of we've gone from the off-topic part of the podcast out of the way.
yeah.
Lee, you
Out
were
of the
at
way.
a thing on Saturday.
I was at a thing on Saturday, a thing with games, a thing with some weird fucking people in a weird hostel, but it was good. It was Dubludo. I think it was the first year anniversary of Dubludo, which is like a small get together where all it's pretty much local Dublin indies get together to show what they've been working on and stuff like that. So.
And I have to do it in a weird place.
Yeah, it was in a place called the Generator Hostel, and when we walked in, it was like a fucking nightclub. Like at 3 o'clock in the day, there was bouncers on the door, and we walked down into this place and we were like, "Are we in the right place?" And the guy told us, "Oh, you're down to the left," but we had to walk down a set of stairs. Down a set of stairs was a DJ on the left hand side and a fucking dance floor in front of us, and like. We walked through it, and I swear to God, it was like they were all there paid to be dancing because they were giving it fucking socks, and they were staring us out of it as well for no reason.
Drugs are a hell of a thing.
Was it like a hired party or something?
You would have thought it was either a hired party or a fucking Microsoft ad.
Or drugs.
Yeah.
No,
It's a
hold
hell
on,
of a
hold on.
drug.
Like, was that a rented hall for them? Or
No,
just
no.
walk off the
This
street
was a
club?
hostel. This was actually a hostel, but this was part of it. Like the.
It's like, I can understand they're staring you out of it because if they've rented the room, you
Yeah.
walk and buy them. But
No, because like we were told, if you want to get a drink, you go up the opposite side of the dance floor to the bar. So we had to walk back through that shit, and we just getting stared out at the entire time by some fucking
do you know why?
weirdos.
Because you're not dancing like fucking crazy.
That's what I
Probably.
said.
That's
Yeah.
probably what it is. Or we weren't goth enough. I don't know.
Yeah, where's your glow sticks and lighters?
But anyway, that wasn't part of it. That wasn't part of the event.
Okay, that was me on the event.
I think that's all we need to hear about the Irish game scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're working on Dance Irish Dance.
No, it was actually an excellent show. The guys at Bitsmith organised it, and they had Rami from Vlambeer over, who made Ridiculous Fishing and Nuclear Throne and Super Crate Box and a few other games.
Is it bad that I know none of those games?
Yeah.
They were all indie darlings.
Views.
So he was there to. He said on Giant Bomb on Monday that he was there to help us out, as in to help promote Ireland to the rest of the world. He was like,
Does he have Irish affiliation in him?
"No,
he's just kind of become an advocate.
Yeah.
Or maybe advocate's the wrong
Ambassador.
word. Yeah, like
Yeah.
for indie games.
and he's doing a really good fucking job, I have to say." And even on Monday, he said to Patrick Klepik that we're making some really good games here, and that we should be noticed. So, and I can honestly say, the games that I played, managed to get my hands on 2 games because it was packed. I played Honor Bound by Backcat and Frank and John by Bitsmith, and they were both excellent. I was quite surprised, especially like I said it to the people at Backcat. I said to Andrew at Backcat, I said I wasn't a fan of their trailer that they released, but actually having gotten hands on with it, the fighting system's really fucking deep, and it's really responsive. So it's looking really good. And Frank and John's the same. I played it last year, I think it was, when they just got it running. things weren't too tight back then, but now it's really feels really solid. So, yeah, international level of goodness, which is fucking progress. So
Good to hear.
Certainly
Yeah.
is for Ireland anyway.
yeah, it's
Haven't they
definitely
released these on Steam early access, €20?
like Earth 2066.
Earth Year 2060. That's
That was a nice
hell.
segue.
fucking piece of
What?
work.
That was a really
thing
nice
is.
segue.
I was gonna buy it for the laugh
That guy does not deserve
until
it.
I started hearing about what the guy who makes it is actually like, and then I said no.
Yeah, he's a scumbag.
Yeah, and Jim Sterling did pretty good work in.
He fucking did. Fair play
How
to
bad
Jim
is
Sterling on
he
it.
against Infection or / War Z?
I don't know, Mike. Probably
Those guys
kinda
are pretty bad. Like,
similar to War Z. He did a lot of the same stuff, like the hallmark of a bad Steam developer, like fucking
Deleting
deleting
comments.
negative comments on their Steam forum,
The best
locking
was
their
the
forum
the
down
two positive comments were like
from people on
played
his friends,
0.4 hours and 0.1 hours.
and they were both on his friend list.
Yeah.
So
And then there was wasn't there a bunch of other reviews on there, and they were obviously alternate accounts of this guy
Oh, yeah.
as well.
there was
Yeah.
someone being named for artwork, and I could see that in
Yeah,
the comments like
apparently
a
he did.
ton.
he'd lifted some artwork, which I think he fixed pretty quick, but still doing that in the first place is pretty fucking
Roby.
heinous. And it hasn't been confirmed, but there's maybe something about a dodgy Kickstarter kind of.
Oh, it was an Indiegogo campaign.
something like that.
Yeah.
You might have cut the money and run, but
We should talk about the quality of the game that he made as well.
I
Yeah,
think
it's
it's
bad.
amazing.
It's really bad.
like even watching a video of it,
Yeah, your man's video's priceless.
like you kind of get vertigo
Yeah.
from staring at this thing. Like even when you're standing still, it seems like either you or the rest of the world is kind of
Vibrating.
oscillating or
Yeah.
kind of vibrating.
yeah.
I loved the way half the time during that video, I think it was really well done. Half the time, it's just like, okay, and just sort of walks away from it.
Yeah. He actually tried to do
I'm
it
not even
justice.
going to criticize this. I'm just going to let you decide.
The two types of enemies, one of them, I don't even know what. It's like an eyeball that floats.
I don't know. All I know
And
is
it makes-
the fucking
I
noise
can't
of one of
do
them
it 'cause
was
The one,
terrifying.
the one
It's
that's like
fucked up.
the one that was making noises even though it was in front of you, it came from like the right hand side of you.
Yeah, and
But
then
the funniest part of that
then there was
video,
the other enemies that sounded like they'd put a microphone
yeah,
directly in the engine
that's the little
area.
kind of guy on the ground who shoots the gun.
Yeah.
That was so funny at the end. The funniest part of that video is when it's just at the end, there's just one stuck in a tree and
it
it's
falls
shooting
out of the
down,
tree.
and the noise is bellowing from behind. And I'm just
And
like,
it's
Yeah,
so
it's
loud.
it's like, what's
so
going
loud.
on?
Sounds like a fucking V8, and these things are tiny.
And
But it
then
sounds
he
like
gets
a-
launched
yeah.
out of the map.
Yeah, at the very end.
The
That's fucking
huge,
priceless.
huge map that's been designed there.
Yeah, all that is that was made in Unity, and do you know how easy it is to do that? You
It's-
go
that's
create
small.
terrain, get a paintbrush, bump.
That's smaller than
That's
like,
it.
a single battle map on Mountain Blade.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Because
Oh,
I'm
by
pretty
far,
sure they're
yeah.
generated as the game progresses. Like depending on where you are, it generates a map automatically. So that's pretty bad.
But let's be fair, this is like, this is an alpha, this is a
It's an early access.
pay-in kind of early access.
For 20 quid.
Yeah,
no.
for 20 quid you can get
No.
into
And like if
H1Z1.
it's fine if there's kind of promise there.
DayZ was 20 quid now.
Yeah,
I
but
think
there's
about
fucking
it.
They say
promise
had promise,
there. Like,
and there was a fucking
I know, but I
existing
know. But
mod.
I'm just trying to make it. I'm not arguing against you
Oh,
guys.
okay.
Jesus, I'm just saying like.
but
Why don't
it's,
you
it's
just go
getting
buy it,
annoying.
Stephen?
The state of Kickstarter and Steam Greenlight, like the stuff
There's
people
no
are trying to
policing.
pass off.
It has to be curated at some point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Steam have to just kill Greenlight and say we're taking it back. Like I know that sucked for some people the way it was done before.
Yeah.
But Steam ultimately needs to serve the consumers.
Do you know what's the
And
solution?
that's what I want
No.
from Steam. I know that's selfish of me. I don't create games. Sorry.
But
I
the
want to
shipping
buy them,
release-
Hold on.
and I want my storefront
No,
for games.
as
to
somebody
be
who fucking
quality.
makes games,
Yeah.
as someone who makes games, I completely agree.
So do I.
Like, at the end of the day, if you're trying to peddle that shit to the customer, you don't deserve their business.
Yeah, but do you know the
And
easy
I
solution?
know
Hold on,
that-
hold on, one sec. Just one sec, quick thing. The easy solution in the world for that is since it's an early access in or whatnot, you should be allowed access to what you're going to get. So when you're putting the €20 per se forward, you should have a month of access to feel around what it is, and then at the end of the month it goes, do you want to donate your 20 to this or not? because that'll give you the indication if you want to be in this thing or not. And a lot of the shams will be found out within
That'll
that.
end up with people just playing a game for a month and they're just going, nah.
Yeah, but it's early access. It's not a game. It
doesn't matter.
Well, as far as I know, the money doesn't go directly to the developer straight away.
It's held in an
It's
account.
held, and I think it's paid in monthly installments.
Yeah.
And I think Steam recently did something. I can't remember which game it was, but they were refunding people.
They refunded everyone in War Z that
Yeah.
turned into infection.
Yeah.
That was the first instance where it blew up that people had paid.
But there was another thing
That was
recently as well.
blatantly lying about what was actually in the game as well.
That was the first
Yeah.
time that they redo
Ship
what you
Sinker
put in
there as well.
And I don't think
Yeah,
that
I
was
think
early
so,
access.
yeah.
I think
That
that was
wasn't
being
even your man's
sold as
game,
a
it was pre-order.
product.
I'd say the best option would be a combination of what they're doing at the moment and then that. So let's say you have a greenlight program and it gets refused by Steam, but then you have enough people that would try and greenlight it and you get a review. And then they would make a second decision.
It needs to be curated.
Yeah.
That's the solution
But
to
you
it.
could still have at least a bit of community input then, at least
Yeah.
that way.
Or just another way of doing it, have something you can check within the preferences of Steam to display early access games on the front page or anywhere in Steam. In my case, I would tick no because I don't want to see them.
Yeah.
So, like, that would be another way to solve it. And then if something is good and getting the momentum,
You'll
like,
hear about it.
about it on Twitter, like Rust or DayZ or any of the
But
games.
you know,
that
one of the
got
most
popular.
fantastic early access I had, and it was from Clay. This Don't Starve.
Yeah.
I was in that since day one.
Yeah.
And to be honest, like, I think one of the problems, even though it's a good problem to have, is that the people who early did this early access and beta things did it so good, and they made the precedent. And now, because obviously the gate's open, now you're
Yeah,
just
you've got
getting the
people
flood of everyone just coming
Trying
in.
to make the quick
And,
buck.
and
Yeah.
because people's goodwill of just buying into stuff, they're so used to just throwing the money forward and then getting into the process.
Yeah.
People are getting stung, like.
It's like
Yeah.
that. What was that? I don't even know what it was called. That game that I bought. It was a shooting game. I can't remember the name. It was a first-person shooter, and it was supposed to be like early access, but it had been, like, early
Interstellar
access-
Marines?
Yeah, it'd been early access for like 2 or 3 years or
Yeah.
something like that, and everyone was like, "Yeah, this like I bought it when it came out because it had lots of promise. Nothing has changed." In like
Yeah.
3 years, they've updated like 2 weapons or something like that, and that was it.
Yes, I think
bought into that?
Starforge is another.
I didn't read the
Yeah.
review. I'll be honest, I
Has been-
didn't read the review. I looked straight at it and I went, "This has promise," because it looks like it does, and all the features they're saying, "Oh, this will be in it." I was like, "This sounds good. I'll put my $4.50 or whatever into it," and it was terrible. And then I looked at the review. So yeah, I would say.
I don't know. I would go to say that I probably am in a lot of early access. I don't know if I'm more than some of you, but
Oh,
like,
yeah, definitely. But
I'd be in quite
Only
a few.
DayZ for me.
Yeah, because I've gone into quite a few of them at the moment, and a lot of them come in. But like, I don't know.
I keep meaning to donate to projects.
Yeah, like to be honest, like in your own thing is like you kind of adopt your own kind of safeguards of like how you look it up. That you literally have to go through that like
Yeah.
phase of looking everything in every comment and
You probably end up spending
Trying-
money doing that, and that's not what
What-
we want. We don't want people.
no, you don't buy to look up reviews and like
Yeah,
look
but
at
you're
actual
gonna,
gameplay.
you're gonna
and
make a
stuff.
couple of mistakes before you start.
Well,
looking
but
at
if you
it.
look
yes.
at the videos and screenshots of Earth Year 2066 on the Steam
Yeah,
page,
but if you looked at your man's
doesn't
video,
fucking look like the
just
video.
look at your man's
No,
video.
God, no.
No, like the version.
I'm talking
they put up.
independent. I make sure to have
yeah,
independent.
that's
Yeah, of
you.
course.
We're talking other
You.
Like someone who's just browsing away on Steam, like
Yeah.
goes in or sees the screenshots in the video the developer is
Yeah,
putting
but
forward.
that's what I hate about it. Is
Like,
like
this
Quite
looks
often, that's
awesome.
all I would.
it
look
has
at.
the
It's-
generic kind of pricing and stuff,
Yeah.
and it's as easy to buy it as anything else, and it doesn't even have like.
And I actually looked at the fact that it's so overpriced. Sort of makes you go, well, this is probably nearly a finished product if they're asking for that
Yeah.
much. So you go, well, I'll get it then. It must be near completion if they're asking for that much money.
And then with like DayZ, when I think about it, like it's early access. Don't buy this game. Like, and I had that before you even went near it. It was like its top caption. It didn't try and sell it. Didn't try anything. It says, "Don't buy this
But
game."
they have.
and it reads below like, "You are a tester. You are not playing."
Yeah.
Like, this is what this is.
Yeah.
Like,
But they have like
You
a,
are a bitch.
It's just like Starbound.
they have a proven track record though which
yeah.
which kind of alleviates
They
the
kind
fear
of,
of.
I don't want to say, but they kind of started the whole shift to people wanting to kind of kick things off.
No, Minecraft did.
No,
yeah,
no,
Minecraft,
yeah.
massive.
Well, no, Minecraft is selling it before. It's like selling it as a.
It was early access.
Yeah.
You were selling it in they were selling it in alpha and beta.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was literally.
So, yeah,
early
like I
access.
can't really say like that. DayZ's like AAA title because Minecraft now is probably,
Daisy. I would consider Daisy to be a AAA title simply because
Daisy
they just
is-
bought a new team specifically just to work on it.
it's
gonna be a
they're
fucking big game.
They're AAA titles that come out. Like the Armas are AAA in considering PC. They're well, PC
They're
only.
pretty niche appeal though.
Yeah, but they're still considered AAA. Like, but like that's what I was trying to say is like, for my experience with early access, you do have to do a lot of vetting, and a lot of people would get caught in the thing. To be honest, I think Steam are testing with everybody. That's what they're doing. They're letting everyone run into loopholes. Let's be fair. Out of 100 people that are caught,
Trying to say that,
1%.
like, Steam is early
1%.
access or something like
No,
that.
but 1% of them are going to probably complain or do something about it. The rest are just going to take the hit. And it's like, they're going to get all the information, the data from this, and then be able to do whatever they do later on.
Did you see the?
That's the wrong way to do things. You should be proactively working against it.
Yeah, but that's
You should be taking a proactive approach against this sort of stuff. I know sometimes you can't, but
that's what I'm like. Steam is
you can't just go,
now.
alright, we'll just fuck everybody, and depending on how many people complain, then we'll decide.
But we all
what to
know
do.
now that this is kind of like the
I know it's
realization
not
that
directly Steam fucking everybody.
It's like
Steam
when
is
Edward
that
Norton's
size
character explains to the woman about how a recall gets started, like a Fight Club.
Yeah, but like this is if you have to realize it, like this is what people need to realize that Steam is now the giant in the room.
Yeah, it's
and
a really weird service now.
It can do these things, and what are you going to go to
Yeah,
after?
It shouldn't.
But they've
be
kind of
these
earned that trust over time, so like they can do all this weird shit, and people will still be like, "It's Steam. They're not gonna fuck with us. They've constantly provided an excellent service, and if someone outside of their control or outside of their business has fucked a lot of customers over, Steam will look after them."
Like,
But if they don't, if they continue to let it end
Yeah.
up like this, then it is going to look bad on them as well.
Yeah, it's in their best
Like,
interest to
there
keep.
is a very strong rumor that they are going to get rid of Greenlight, Greenlight.
They even said it. They said it at Steam Day, Steam Dev Days. They're getting rid of.
I think
Really?
I honestly think a mix would be the best. So Steam gets the final decision, but you can appeal against things.
Do you know
With
why?
enough fans and stuff.
For work and return, it's not. For their company's sake, it's not great, to be honest. That Greenlight. Like, the amount of work they'd have to do, like, for what you're saying, to vet everything and make sure it's not going to give them returns when they can just, like, fork out games that are just making the money and they just sit there.
But it's quite simple. Just look at the fucking video, or
Game
like you could have
but-
two people.
But do you want to know the honest
curating
opinion?
that?
The honest opinion is, okay, say guy A is reviewing and goes, "This is terrible." Manager goes, "How much is it? 20?" Just put it out. How many people buy it?
It's quite simple,
Like that's money in the pocket. And to be honest, I would say Steam's at the point. Actually, I say it's probably been at the point for a long time that it's a money sitting company now. So as long as the money's in its account, it's going to make money from it because it'll probably put it into
Valve.
investments and
Like, you
sit
make
on the
money
money,
to
and
make
that's why they'll make your returns takes time and like how much money you can get back off them and stuff. But I say it's pretty big. Like, the whole holding the money and you pay out by month.
Yeah.
They're going to be holding a lot of money that they get to like churn over. So like, I can see the hays and nays, but I can from what you're talking about, like they're getting rid of Greenlight. They may bring in another option.
Yeah,
Due
they
to
were
what
talking
they've-
about.
the data they
No,
have
I'm
and stuff.
talking about this from a consumer standpoint. Fuck the business end of it.
Yeah.
Like it needs to change.
But that's the understanding that that's the only thing I'll try and give them.
Well, they mentioned
Every other platform ensures that a game is ready. And
Well,
suitable.
What about the
Not
Xbox?
really.
What about the Xbox?
They try at least.
Like if you look at the fucking App Store, even the Apple one, like you'll see Tappy Bird or
Okay, well that
Angry
shit's broken.
Flaps
Or
whatever.
204.
I'm not talking.
Oh,
I'm
God.
talking. I'm talking actual
Just
actual
awful.
games. I'm not talking mobile casual games bollocks. I'm talking actual games.
Xbox arcade games.
No, Xbox and PlayStation. They both
Anyone see
have a
that
good
cat
system.
game?
They have certification.
Cat Simulator, yeah.
No, not Cat
Like
Simulator.
you're not going to see Earth Year 2066 coming up on the Xbox store or the PlayStation.
You would have seen it. What
Sure.
was the old Xbox? The Xbox indie games
What's
area.
that
We couldn't
feeding
get it
the
in the
cat?
Oh, that
It's
was
like a
brilliant.
press
Oh,
A
no,
button.
that was great stuff. That was I won't.
No bad games on there. Like what was the one How to Talk to Girls?
Yeah.
So the popular hit from the indie games library.
So maybe they learned their lesson.
But how much
Steam
was
should
that?
learn their lesson.
How much was that?
Oh god,
It's an indie game price,
Probably,
whereas
yeah.
these are
Full.
20.
You say
20
your own
quid,
price,
like,
which
that's-
is the problem.
like even if I think
It was
about
like what was the game that was released on early access a while back, and it was like 90 quid.
yeah, that's what I was going to
Guys,
say. Planetary
Planetary
Annihilation.
Annihilation.
Yeah, like that was.
90
Where did they come up with
Although,
that price?
There
in
was
fairness,
one was
that
actually
was
a
from
reason.
the
that's
Kickstarter.
that's a barrier to entry, right?
No, there was
That was
a very good
Kickstarter's
reason for
The
it.
tier to get
Yeah.
into an early
They have to
access of
match
that
it.
on Kickstarter was
Yeah.
$90.
Yeah.
So their view was if they priced it lower on Steam, it would piss people off. So they were, I guess, fair about it.
Yeah.
But
But they've now
using their
they-
Kickstarter
they
people.
they've reduced their
But did
price
they
now.
not, like, in
That's
saying you
the answer.
overprice it in the first place anyway?
Yeah, it's
Like, where
and it's
are they
also
going?
now in Gamma, which I don't think is even a real.
It's not.
term
They made
for
that
games,
shit up.
like,
I've
yeah.
heard it's.
It's
broken.
bullshit.
I've heard the game is quite broken.
Yeah, Eurogamer did a bit in it over the weekend.
To be
I
honest,
think.
when I first seen the game,
Like,
it didn't
Apparently,
make sense to me.
apparently it works
Oh, no, it
great
made
at the
perfect
start of
sense to
any
me.
sort of match.
It was like Kerbal Space Program, but with, tanks.
It just it kind of played out to me like your kind of like RTS strategy where you build troops, but then
Yeah.
your map, rather than being on a 2D plateau,
Is a
just you
fucking
move to the
world.
next world.
But it looks
But
good.
there's no
No,
like
just
space
forward
battles
dash.
or anything like that. It's literally just you move to the next world and then you have land battles.
Yeah, but you can
There is
like,
no
But you
space
could use
battle.
that world
Like,
against the other world.
I have heard though, like when it gets on in matches, because none of it is run locally. It all runs off their servers as they're saying for testing and stuff like that, so they can find bugs. But apparently, if you have an hour-long game, after an hour, the game is almost unplayable because
Well,
it's not your system running it anymore.
You're
so you can
a
have a super
part
high-end
of-
PC.
it's in Gamma.
What is Gamma? It's like that should be well on. If we
It's
got alpha
after-
and then beta and then they're in Gamma, the
Gamma,
game should be
okay.
done. They should be releasing
When's
DLC
Epsilon?
at this stage.
Actually, speaking of online stuff, that shouldn't be there. I played Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare
360.
on the 360. Yeah,
That was down for a little while.
yeah.
Like, the
I
servers were down.
2 weeks or
I
something.
kind of don't get it because like you can
EA
play.
servers.
Yeah.
Quality, yeah.
Oh, it's EA. That's right.
Yeah. But what I don't get is right. I could create a game and keep it private and start it by myself and play against bots, but I have to be online to do it.
Yeah, because it's a server.
It has nothing to do with the server.
It's EA.
It signs you.
It's like Titanfall.
It
The
assigns
AI
you.
for the plants is in the cloud.
No, what the
We can only achieve it with
You all know EA can't do that.
Xbox
But
technology.
do you know it's pretty much Mass Effect 3 with Plants vs Zombies characters in it. That's exactly what it is.
That doesn't sound like a bad thing.
So
It's
then
not a
actually-
bad thing.
So then it's actually.
It's actually quite
game.
good.
Yeah.
It's actually a very
Although now
enjoyable
that I think
game.
about it, Titanfall.
I never thought I would say that
Titanfall
about it.
does have joint server. So, like, remember in Gears of War when we shoot a body, your body reacts differently to me because then your console would like play out the physics, and it's different for everyone. But in Titanfall, it mimics everything to display equally among everyone. So
But
if you
this
shoot
is a
that
cartoon game. There's no physics in it. It does not need
Is the
servers.
main character called like instead of Shepherd? Is it like Gardener or something like that?
No, you can choose between like four characters on the plant side and 4 characters on the zombie side. So like you get like a pea shooter, a cactus, the
Venus flytrap.
Venus flytrap looking,
That was a
and
terrible.
Chomper. Is what it's
yeah,
named.
Chomper.
They were useless. You'd use them for the first
What?
time and then boom, gone.
Chomper, you'd have him behind. Like,
Have
the
you ever played the proper levels in the?
Cleared the game.
The first.
Legitimately, I have you know, rather
That's
than
true.
Louis' way.
Yeah.
Louis looked it up how to do it. I cleared it normal on my own.
Yeah, the choppers are fucking useless.
They're quite good in
and then
this.
they're just sitting there doing nothing.
They're quite good in this.
They're good for getting the shield dudes.
Use the corn on the cob launchers. That's where it's at.
You can actually get them in it as well. Yeah, it's exactly, it's pretty much Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. Like, you finish a round, you can then go buy your, instead of getting, the crates, you buy sticker packs.
Can you actually buy them?
Yes, you
No.
can.
With real money?
No.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah,
Are you in a
it's-
game where you can't do in-game purchases?
Yeah.
Fuck.
You can only buy the sticker packs by earning the in-game currency. You can't.
That
You can't do
reminds me of a game
microtransactions.
We must discuss Warface.
Oh god,
Oh
Warface.
fuck.
Although Plants vs Zombies had the best E3 intro in the world.
Yeah, it's like it's really, yeah, it's like it's really well put together. It looks exactly like Plants vs Zombies, but it's in 3D,
And I had the soundtrack to Battlefield.
and it plays like Mass Effect 3 multiplayer.
I bet it's so terribly though.
I'd say so, and everybody who was online when I actually managed to get it online were kids. So
It's a kids game.
It is
Yeah.
kids
for
game.
the launch.
But but those kids are already playing Call of Duty,
and they were really fucking good at this game.
Yeah.
They were giving out to me because I was only just
make
started.
did they make you their bitch?
No, they can't because they're with me.
You're a bitch!
They're with me, you see, so they can't make me their bitch.
Can you talk to the other team?
No,
That's why you
I
weren't
didn't
made
play.
a bitch
I never got the chance to play deathmatch. I was playing like the campaign to unlock shit, so I can get more characters or upgrade my current characters. So that's what I was doing. I was grinding, or at least trying to grind, with not much success.
like some of the Russian people I met in
Warface, yeah.
Pay to win. Warface.
They probably hadn't. They probably just spent money.
PlayStation 2 game.
But I'm still so confused as to why it looks bad.
It looks
It's,
awful.
It's
Made
fucking
by
CryEngine. It's a
Like-
CryEngine. It should not look bad.
Yeah,
and like
that's
they,
what-
and
that's
they,
their thing,
they
that's
still
their-
have at the start achieved with CryEngine. It's
Yeah.
like you shouldn't be proud of this. This looks awful.
The CryEngine people tried to stop them. Gag order.
the insane in-game
Where
purchases.
are they? Are they?
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
are
you
they
use
Scandinavian?
credits with a K.
Oh,
Where's
fuck.
CryEngine from?
Germany.
Germany.
Crytek, yeah.
Credits with a K.
Yeah, and you can
That's
buy
not
you can buy
Kerbal
credits
Space
to
Program.
unlock your guns, and you can spend in a single transaction up to about 80 quid on credits.
Ah, for fuck's sake.
It's no different than the FIFA.
They
online.
had that in the beta.
Where did I hear this? It was in some, not documentary, but it was in something where I heard that the Russians like play-to-win models. I
Pay-to-win.
don't know where I got the knowledge, but I remember looking it up somewhere
Yeah,
that they like
probably the
pay
two
to
or
win.
three rich
They
Russians
like those
that
games.
like
It was Giant
we
Bomb.
can win
Was it?
because we have money.
I have all the money in Russia.
But they don't mind that system. They don't find it unfair. They just find it like...
That's because none of them have any money.
That's because you've seen
they
Export
can't
and
pay
Raymond,
to
yeah?
win. They-
You've seen Export and Raymond. They're all fucking nuts.
They're
So
just
no wonder they love
not
it.
backwards, but they're just like
backwards.
culturally opposite.
backward, yeah, because we're culturally forwards, so they're culturally backwards. Is that what you're saying?
But they
They reckon if they pay enough money, they can buy Ukraine.
Jeez.
They could probably buy Ireland as well.
Cutting that bit out, are we?
we welcome our new
Unless they
Russian
actually go
overlords.
to war,
Yeah.
which is entirely fucking possible.
Very fucking possible,
Well,
ladies.
unless like go to war is more like walk in and just like dig up. Not even walk in, they're there. Like
Yeah. They're already there.
Well, just
They
take
turn
this
around and
one step over the border.
Don't even step.
Done.
It's like okay, we take it now.
Does anybody know where Christoph is?
Christoph,
Yeah, is he in Ukraine?
he's probably doing spec op missions. But
They'll just be over the speaker. You'll find speakers on the road someday, just out of nowhere, and they'll be playing the Russian national anthem. Like, oh, they did it. Shit.
speaking of taking
Fair enough.
territories,
Not that.
I only recently there was an update for GODUS. The early access, another one.
I heard about
I'm
that.
still playing that
You
game.
still playing that Peter Molyneux game?
Yeah. Do you know why? I actually on GOG. Is it GOG? Well, GOG, GOG, GOG.com.
Fuck that place.
They had a
I bought-
huge sale, and I
I
bought
know.
all my classic games. I bought.
They're a bunch of
Team
dicks.
Hospital.
I
Whoa,
bought
hold on.
Dungeon Keeper 2 like
Yeah.
a week before.
Oh,
that. By the way, it's only like €2. Fuck you, like
$2.
pieces of shit.
So I bought Dungeon Keeper. I bought Team Hospital, Team Park. I already actually had to, and I
You're not
bought.
gonna play any.
I even bought the Magic Carpet. just because I had it on Sega Saturn, and just because I want to have it like on record. But anyway,
We're playing the demo for Magic
Titanfall's
Carpet.
50%.
yeah.
PS1.
PC, I think.
No, but GODUS did a hard reset. So the whole game is about
When is
a certain...
that game actually coming out?
I have no idea. But it's supposed to get to you're supposed to get to a certain size, and it's had 3 restarts now. So like, it's about like kind of getting your numbers up and up and up. It's like King's Age, but imagine like you restart and you lose
Yeah,
everything.
because you know who.
Imagine like restarting and
like,
changing
he's
the
never
complete
gonna be
fucking
happy
control
ever.
system.
But there seems to be the guy, I think his name is Jack, and he's a younger guy, and he kind of seems to keep him under control and not make him waffle.
Can't keep him under control.
No, if Microsoft couldn't keep a fucking muzzle on him for however long they had to deal with him.
But I don't know. To be honest, like it's like the whole interaction. It obviously, Peter Molyneux, it isn't like what it was said to be, that you could
course
reach
it's not.
the other
Peter
people.
Molyneux gained it isn't what he said it was going to be.
You can plant a tree and it will grow.
But like, it's gone to the
By the
stage
way,
where
you can't actually plant a tree, and if you do,
It won't grow. It'll just stay the same size.
Yeah, none of these things will happen. You can replace it with a slightly larger tree.
so they
And
kind of
pretend it's growing.
they kind of changed all the mechanics around and stuff like that because they launched on, I think it was iPad or iPhone. I think you have to get it now.
So they
free?
basically they fucked over all the PC users to put a fucking touchscreen interface
Well,
onto a PC.
Yes.
what he's already said, and like he has the statistics, and he showed it.
He's sadistic, is he?
Yeah.
The
that-
statistics.
No matter what you do on the iPad, you will not be able to keep up with someone with a PC and mouse.
That's what they said about Titanfall.
Okay, now we
then-
need Stephen to play it on his iPad
Yeah.
against someone on a PC.
And what's the community
Against-
for God
no,
it
no.
seem like? Does it seem
Stephen
like
on
there
the
are people
iPad
playing
against
it?
okay.
Molyneux on the PC.
when I was there the while back, there was like 200 people, 50 present when he was streaming and stuff. But apparently there was a huge community, like a couple of thousand. But they went dark for about 5 months.
And went dark.
And I mean,
You mean they had day jobs that they were busy with or something like that? No, they were standing there at the till going, how's it going, man? How can I help you today? They went dark.
Now it's, how's it going, ma'am? How can I help you
Yeah.
today?
so
I'm Peter Molyneux.
And then she was,
I'm scanning your groceries. Now, if you use these groceries, you can plant them and they can grow into a tree.
she'd be terrible if you were
that's
what
very
what selection of milk have you got? Well,
Well, I just
I'm not
milked the
gonna
cow
lie,
myself.
I'd have him
not so
narrate
long ago.
stuff. I'd have him narrate stuff.
I like him, but he's a blatant liar.
He's a waffler of the highest
But anyway,
fucking caliber. Like,
So the community used to be kind of strong, but then 5 months and they never communicated with anyone, never did an update, never did anything.
what? You're still playing this game?
what are you doing?
This is before
Why are
I
you
heavily
still
played
talking
it.
about
This is
this game?
before I heavily played it. Okay, so now they're really communicating with the audience and stuff. So the community seems to be like they're really kind of like hating on Molyneux because he didn't say anything.
But
But
like
now,
with the community, they could probably just like afford to set aside a day and give everyone a call who's still playing it and communicating.
to be honest,
And then promise a lot of bullshit
this
down the
may
line and hang up.
may sound kind of like not in like in it's probably in your favour that I even managed to ask them a question. I just kind of joined the stream and just put a question and he answered it.
Well,
What question
Steve.
Yes, why are you bullshitting so much?
No, I asked them about the multiplayer aspect. The one I was saying that if your civilization gets to a certain size, that like originally they were saying that you'd reach because it's the size of Jupiter, so you'd reach the edge and you'd reach someone else because they set out a huge plot of land. And when you reach the other person, you have the option to
Absorb them?
like attack them to absorb them or make peace offerings. But now he's kind of
Peace
like
offerings.
worked it that they're in hub worlds. So like he's now talking about the server aspect and they're in
So
hub
he's
worlds.
lying.
So I don't.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
It was a half an hour video update, and I was just like 15 minutes in trying to understand what he was saying, and I just went,
I think you should come back to this in about 2 months and tell us he's not lying. And if you can do that, maybe one of us will invest in it as well.
What role is the guy who won that cue tapping game playing?
The guy's role, he gets a share of the money anyway. That's one thing. But he gets to make core decisions of what happens on a global level. For instance, I think when we were in the alpha stage, if you want to call it that, he made storms happen every like half an hour or hour.
So he was fucking with everybody then?
He was fucking, I think that was him, but he was basically fucking with everyone because your houses like start getting destroyed and you have to repair them all.
You think it was him?
I don't know, like...
Was it the game just for fucking with you?
No, it was Peter Molyneux.
He went, there's not going to be any storms.
No. It was Peter Molyneux fucking with you because he was halting your progress, or else if you progressed any further, you'll find out that everything else that he said was a fucking lie.
Keep continuing.
When you get to the end of the map, it
was pretty funny because he was on like 49%. And like he kept it was like they have this load up on our house 49%. It's not even halfway done. We're not there yet. So now I think with the other day you just put it up to 51%. We're at the halfway mark and just a bit over. And he made it sound like they've now just like chugged a ton of stuff in. But to be honest, the guy, his role is going to be more like he controls the more global aspect of what happens in the game. So for instance, in all his games, like, you know, the natural disasters or XYZ, he can control that. But this is where I'm interested in the fact is that when you reach a certain size, or if you become powerful enough and have enough influence, as in meeting with people, consuming whatever you decide to do, he thinks everyone's just going to hold hands and love each other. But I plan to like obviously absorb other players.
You sound like you should be having more KFC. When you reach a certain size, you can just absorb the next player.
So like, but this is the interesting part, is that I'll be able to challenge him, per se, if you get to a certain size. And you do like one of their games where you have to like micromanage better than the other person and you win it. And if you win, you then become the god. So it's going to apparently be flipped around.
The player has to start again.
No, the other person's god, their domain will
their
just
game
be
is just
shrunk.
never accessible again. It turns off. They have to buy it again if they want to start again.
You can like, for instance, I can, if you want to put a bet, so we have a challenge, you can throw in 50 people, and I can throw in 10 people. And if I beat you with that, I get to take all your people. But if you beat me, you won't get anything because you've just gone above me, over a level.
What if I throw in no people?
You can't. It's like a minimum of one.
Okay, so if I throw in one person, you can't win anything because you've gone above me with your 10 people.
I think we've talked about GODUS far
there's no
too
point
much.
in talking about this because none of this stuff is ever going to exist.
It will.
I've got another game I played, by the way. I've got another 2 games, actually.
Yeah, I want to just point something here.
I'm trying to get them in fairly quickly now.
You guys are all waffling about, we might have anything to talk about.
Shut your face.
What was that?
Tell him to shut his face.
They're moaning about people, like, we may not have stuff to talk about.
Yeah, we didn't think we did. I played Trials Fusion, it's hard.
Okay.
I think we should go into more detail on that.
Wait, is that motorbike game?
Unless,
that game's
this
cool.
essentially
2 minutes.
works out as a review.
This?
Yes.
It's a Trials game.
Unless you want to do a written review of
I think I
Infamous.
reviewed one of those before.
Of Infamous.
Oh yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
Oh yeah, this is the review. Okay.
Yeah.
It's
6 out of 10, everybody.
Wait, no. What game are you reviewing now?
Trials Fusion,
Great.
the latest in the Trials line of games, which are really hard motorbike physics puzzle games, I guess would be the easiest way of calling
Which
them.
would have been Dirt Bike. The original. That's the inspiration. I'm
yeah.
go with the inspiration.
Excite Bike, maybe, who knows. All that kind of stuff. This one's set in the future. Looks really good. I'm playing on the PS4. I've hit about the 50% mark in the campaign, and like steadily since the first one on consoles, the point where it gets unbelievably hard has been getting further and further along, and now it's about halfway through the game. So you have a decent chunk of content to play through, even if you're bad at it, like I am.
Playable content.
Because it gets fucking incredibly
It's actually
hard.
like locked levels unless you get like good enough. So it's just like
Yeah, you have to get a certain amount of medals to unlock levels. That's true here. They've added in a trick system, which is also based on the physics of your rider, not the bike. So you're throwing his weight around. There are some tracks where your progress is based on getting points from that. Not as many as it is just the normal trials kind of stuff. The other new thing is it'll pop up a thing on some courses where, like, if you reverse, you hit this like gyroscope, and on some levels that flips the camera to behind your back, which is a really weird way to play trials.
Third person, right behind.
From third person, yeah.
Okay.
But it doesn't change the controls.
Yeah.
So you still control your weight with
left and
rather than up
for
and
fuck's
down.
sake.
So it's really fucking.
How do they deal with the whole? Because it's like kind of.
That's how it's hard. You can't really see what's coming all that well. And these aren't mandatory. They're challenges that get you bonus stuff like extra bikes, clothes for your rider and stuff.
That's almost just like you're doing a fancy trick and closing your eyes at the same time.
Pretty much. Like they just like these challenges, I guess, are designed for people who are really fucking good at
memorize
those
the
games.
course.
Yeah. And there's a weird story line to it.
I heard about that.
There's a computer voice talking to you. Sometimes it's a guy, sometimes it's a woman. And the woman AI seems like she's a bit of a psycho. But it's actually pretty funny. The starting music is better than the last games, which I believe was one of the Jackass guys rapping, and it was terrible.
Yeah.
It wasn't even funny, it was just awful. This is kind of sounds like that Lonely Island song Space Olympics. But it's about motorbikes and stuff, and it's actually quite funny. But yeah, obviously, like, if you don't like those games, it's very similar. Which is the corner they've painted themselves into.
Yeah.
Like, I guess Red Lynx have been making Trials games for a long time now, and I don't think they've made anything other than Trials games.
Well, they're hugely successful for themselves.
They are, yeah. And, like, if they work for you, they are great fun. Like, I always reach a certain point where it's just beyond my level of ability.
About halfway through.
Yeah, and that's kind of
That's exactly what he said.
That's where I get.
kind of where it comes from me. Like, where you just can't really
But I'd say that's like
progress anymore.
the definition of.
But if you see the
restart
people who are really
genre.
skilled at it, though,
Oh yeah, like
Those
for the
guys.
people who dedicate themselves to getting really good at that shit, like
the stuff they can do is just insane. Like.
it reminds me a lot of Trackmania in some ways.
Yeah.
Is there a genre where you just keep restarting to get the thing over? Like Flappy Birds would be in that as well, where you just.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's kind of Masocore is what people kind of call it, like
That's
the
what-
Super Meat Boy.
Massacre.
Yeah.
That's what we're working on, something similar like that. Like immediate restart.
Oh, Lee. You're not allowed to talk about that.
I can talk about some things. Not everything.
I'm
I
not
hate
sure,
games with that
just to
bullshit.
finish out, I'm not sure how much it costs, but there is a shitload of content in there by the looks of it. Especially when you extrapolate out, like it's not just the number of
Mapmaker.
levels, that you'll be spending a lot of time on individual levels if you really want to bang your head against
But
it.
map making levels?
Yeah.
Because that's a huge
Yeah, there
part
is.
of the
Yeah,
game,
yeah,
is
of
just
course
playing
it is, yeah.
people's crazy maps.
That's back. Not everything's back, like the tiny joke
How
bike
much is
is
it?
back. I'm not sure.
You're not sure?
Uh,
Well, it would be in the 15, 20.
Yeah,
I'd
I'd
say
imagine
so,
so,
yeah.
yeah.
It's out now. Oh, it's
I
not
paid
out on
20
Steam
quid
yet.
for it,
It's out on PS4, Xbox One.
Yeah, probably the two old consoles, maybe.
I think so, yeah.
They're good couch games, like if we were all sitting down.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah,
they're
it
good for
does,
a party
it does
game.
have multiplayer, local multiplayer as well.
Have they brought back the firing yourself across and trying to break as many bones as you can?
I don't know,
That was.
but like every track ends with you like wiping out.
Yeah,
in
but I
various
like the
ways.
challenge of trying to break yourself as best as possible.
That was in the skate.
That
That's
was
a
in
solid
No,
Stage,
no,
yeah.
in the first trials, you had
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't
fire
think that
yourself.
made it past
Oh.
the first trials because I think Ubisoft bought them
Then
at
decided
that
they were like,
point
you
and
can't-
decided like these need to be like T or whatever.
Yeah.
It was I found it funny that like skate
Still very
was-
weird
yeah.
atmosphere to that game. Like
Yeah.
some of it's like in a Tron kind of world, and it's hard to explain without hearing some of the shit the two AIs come out with. But it's very weird and occasionally very funny.
Aren't people piecing the like it together like
Yeah,
a fucking lore to this
apparently,
motorbike game?
apparently there's something to it as well. Like
Jeez.
I'd say that's just somebody making it up. They just they found something and clung onto it, and the creators were like, "What?" We didn't make any of this. Someone has come up with a story.
You're saying it's like poetry and they're just people start making it up.
Yeah.
People are interpreting it differently.
Yeah. As in they're interpreting everything wrong. It's just a motorbike.
At a meeting, it's like,
fun,
guys, we need to make story and plots and shit. It's like, fuck it, let's just let them do it.
Right, so, yeah, enjoy it.
I'm still enjoying it. I will keep trying, but it'll eventually get to a stage where I just get annoyed. Especially,
But in fairness,
Like all trials.
No,
I'm
here's-
feeling a bit under the weather,
here's the
so it's
question I'm
not
gonna
something
throw at
I
you.
really want to play.
could Trials not just be releasing, like, as I say, like a DLC add-on or an expansion, if you will?
I suppose
Like,
it could.
they're getting away with kind of
They wouldn't make
new
as much
game
money.
kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I
it
mean.
was-
Like,
yeah, there is definitely something to be said that it's very like its nature. Like,
how many have been out now? Sorry.
This is the third one, isn't it?
3. Yeah, this is the third.
So you're
one.
technically, if it's 15
Well,
quid,
there's
Yeah, there
four,
was some
including
there
the
was
mobile.
one on the
Yeah.
PC.
But if it's 15 quid, even if you say 4, like, you're still talking, it's still only 60
It's
and you've
cheap.
gotten
They're cheap games.
over how many years, you know?
Yeah, and I think they add in just enough new stuff and do up the graphics and change
quite
the
like the multiplayer,
environments.
actually,
Yeah, like they do enough, I think, to get away with it. Especially like they do have a following.
Yeah. It's a good kind of benchmark for the threshold
you
of what
can kind of
do.
nearly say that about any game. Like, why
Yeah.
don't Call of Duty, why don't Activision just build on one of those games? Like, it's an iterative.
No, but it's just a thought for me.
industry.
It's like no one points it to them. They seem to do.
No, it's definitely a valid. Like, if you haven't liked the other Trials games, there's absolutely fucking nothing for you that's going to change your mind here.
Yeah.
You
Right.
can take that or leave it.
I played 2 games. I'm going to go through them quickly because we're stuck for time.
Hold on,
Okay,
hold
you're
on.
gonna do
Al,
this in a minute.
Al, what have you played?
Never played.
No, Blade. I've been too busy with work.
I've played...
Hold on, I played Castle Mine Deluxe.
What the fuck is that?
It's a Windows Phone game.
Oh,
And the deluxe
Is it
version is
perhaps
only out
like-
for,
is it
yeah,
perhaps-
Windows Phone 8.1, I think.
reminiscent of Minecraft.
No, it's
Really?
not. It's a tower defense game.
Oh.
You dig downwards, and the story goes that because they tried to put some story in it, that you have summoning stones in your castle that summon the enemies toward you, which makes no sense because the enemies kill you.
Put the stones outside.
So you put down towers. There's an ice tower, a fire tower, and an electric tower.
Why do you need towers on
And
the
there's
ground?
ice enemies, fire enemies, and electric enemies, and it doesn't matter which tower hits them; it does the same damage.
Sounds good. Like, good
Sounds
stuff.
like a quality game.
It is actually a little bit of fun. It passes the time on my break in work, or when I'm sitting in the toilet and work. Just generally when I'm not working in work and can have my phone out.
I see. 10 out of 10. Would recommend.
Would bang.
Okay, Lee, 2 games.
Your 2.
Right, my
rapid
2
fire
games. First one, FIFA World Cup, Brazil. It's
Would bang.
okay. It's like a pared down version of FIFA 14.
Would finger.
Wood finger.
Yeah, I almost feel like the World
Would
Cup
figure-
version is them taking
No.
the whole game and just reducing it to countries.
Yep.
FIFA 2014 World Cup. Wood finger, no bang, no lick.
What Alan said. I'm sorry.
Actually, I downloaded the demo. We can play it later on.
Oh, we did download it.
Yeah, it's actually it's not bad for a football game. I'm not particularly fond of football games. Not since International Superstar Soccer on the Super Nintendo.
That was a little while ago.
That was a little while ago, yeah. Or Actual Soccer on the
Are
PS1.
you showing
maybe?
your age now?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not bad. It's extremely pared down. Some weird fucking choices in it as well. Like instead of having the background music, you can now choose radio stations. So you can have 2 pundits talking about your exploits in the World Cup.
Oh, actually, can you do? My brother was telling me about this thing that you can do in NBA, and you can make a playlist of your own music and set it as the in-game playlist. But you can it will do things for like free throws and stuff like that, where it will pick one of the songs
One of your
on the
tracks.
playlist. So sometimes he'll be taking a free throw, and it will just come up with this like doom metal song, or the man's about to take it, and it's like. Dum, dum, dum. He just takes a free throw and that's it. Moves on to
That's the unfortunate thing. 2K actually put effort into their sports games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas, no, there was a little bit of effort put into this. Like, you get the typical international match. you know,
This is a constant
national
battle.
anthems.
I get knocked down, but I get up again.
No,
Yeah.
definitely not.
It's
Just
not
a
a
special
classic.
callback to
Who's that? 90.
Chumbawamba.
98, was it? The
I think it was
France
94.
World Cup?
Oh no, it was 98.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not bad. As I said, it plays exactly like FIFA 14. You choose a team at the start, and you try and take them to win the World Cup. That's it, really.
Yeah.
Are Ireland any good?
You can't. I didn't even get the option to choose
Didn't
Ireland.
qualify. So they're not in the
Yeah,
game.
Yeah, but they
Yeah.
usually put them in. The
Yeah, they usually put them in just.
non-qualification
So
ones.
they just. They
I got to
pared it
choose
down.
them at the start as my home team. I immediately chose.
You didn't
At
qualify.
home, they're
You can
Ireland,
do
but
that.
away,
You
they're
can do
Brazil.
team.
I clicked World
Like,
Cup, right, and
yeah.
I assumed that I could choose any nation in the world, do my qualifications, get to the finals,
Because that's what the
And
World
get
Cup
on.
game is
Yeah.
all about, yeah.
but I just went to the finals.
Oh, you should have done qualification.
That's how good we are.
Yeah.
We don't even play other matches. We just get straight to the finals.
But yeah, charging 70 quid for it, I think. On
Oh god, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
ridiculous.
that's
Yeah, no.
very steep.
It's very, very steep. Buy FIFA 14 instead. It's more complete package.
I mean, just buying FIFA 10 is probably the same.
Yeah.
Buy any FIFA that came out for whatever platform you're getting it on. You'll
FIFA
probably be
98.
okay.
And you get a great soundtrack.
And that weird French chicken mascot thing they had for that World Cup, whatever that is.
That is a cook.
The cock.
What was he called?
Le coq.
Just
Le
Le
Coq.
Coq. Jesus. Only in
And,
France.
and the last game I played, I hope they don't mind me talking about it for a little bit. I played The Little Laker by Pewter Games. I played it in work. I was doing a bit of testing for them before they sent it off somewhere.
Is it a farm game of some kind?
No,
Sounds like a farm game.
it does sound like a farm game, but it's not.
I'm disappointed now.
It's about this dude
Who owns a farm?
who is on a farm in
Okay.
Ireland,
I like it.
and he finds this machine that his dad was working on, and it turns out it's a
Combine harvester.
a tractor. It's a Massey Ferguson.
And then you spend the game just harvesting crops.
Game over. Farm Simulator 2012. Little Laker.
It's just a really nice looking farm simulator game.
It looks. Even you said it.
Yeah, I seen it. I think you liked something of it on Facebook, and now I follow them on Facebook, and it looks really good. It looks like the animation style, the Don Bluth films. It looks a lot like that, and whoever's drawing that shit is obviously very fucking talented.
Yeah, Ed and Kate are the artists on that from Pewter Games, and they're really, really good.
Yeah, it shows.
It plays like I know they probably don't like me saying this, but I think it plays a lot like Secret Monkey Island, and I fucking love Secret Monkey Island. So I loved the little bit that they had completed. So yeah, I got to play that. It was really good, and I'd recommend people keep an eye on it because I think it's going places.
Just like one, like talking about those adventure games, are they going to voice act it or what?
It would benefit a lot from voice acting, yeah.
'Cause I was just
It's
thinking
at
of-
such an early stage now that they kind of don't know what the exact plan is, but I would assume that they're going to put voice actors in it, and it definitely would benefit.
Yeah, it
from
would
it.
be
It would
looking
help
for
the atmosphere.
Are they looking for voice
Yeah,
actors?
there's about 5
Yes.
here that they could use.
No, and just because it'd be cool to hear Irish people.
Yeah, I think it would be pretty cool.
Especially if it was the player.
Because coming off of that second half part of the Bioshock Infinite DLC, it's like remembering that Atlas's Irish accent wasn't actually that good, it turns out. In the
Really?
end.
It was over radio.
It never
in
was.
Bioshock.
Really. I went back, I played a little bit of the original Bioshock.
Was it a bit stage Irish, was it?
A little
Yeah.
bit.
Oh, yeah, of course.
It's
Yeah.
supposed
Yeah.
to be stage Irish, though.
I guess
Would you
it
do that
turns
for
out
me,
that
please?
yes, it was.
Would you
but,
kindly do that?
But in this
fairness,
case,
there's not anybody outside Ireland who could do a good Irish accent, and when someone in Ireland does one, it's like, that sounds stupid.
Yeah.
yeah,
I fucking hate that.
We just
You just got a
begrudged them
D4
because they're
accent, you
Irish.
sack of shit.
That's not a successful Irish person, that bastard.
He doesn't sound Irish at all.
That's the Irish reaction to success.
But in this situation, it's an Irish team that could possibly get like 5 talented voice actors. Are you listening?
Indeed.
Maybe they'll do it like the
Very
World
talented.
Cup and you can just tune into our radio station. Remember, freaking Daisy, they want radio stations.
Yeah, maybe like
Submit
have us as
all
a
their-
cameo, like someone in a car listening to radio and says, "Turn that off. That's really fucking annoying."
We could do our own GTA chatterbox.
And then your man in the car just looks through and goes, "Bitch."
But you probably can't use any of our stuff because the past few have had licensed music galore
Yeah.
in them in spots.
Oh, we could,
Maybe we
could
should do
sort
that
them
on
out
this
with some
one.
original files.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think we got any kind of. What did I
We didn't
use?
get any notices on the last one.
Yeah,
What was
well,
the end music on the last one?
What was the end music in the last one?
Resident Evil?
No, that was one before.
Ooh. I don't know. I didn't listen to the music afterwards. It was really shitty music. Whatever it was.
Well, the Resident
Well,
Evil
now.
one was intentionally because it's so fucking.
It's so
terrible.
bad. It really is horrific. Like, I don't know who they got to do it.
Oh, it was the UNACO music from the original Deus Ex.
Ah.
From
Oh,
when
maybe I
you
did
first
listen
from
to
when
it.
you first visit the office.
That's good.
I didn't listen to the outro.
Then there was the Falcon Punch and Shao Kahn sound samples for when I kicked the
That was
mic.
brilliant.
It's an achievement if they're actually like flagged.
Well, I was thinking like he's a Nintendo character,
Yeah.
and they're notorious.
It was nice knowing you,
Just
Evan.
constantly scanning YouTube for someone saying Falcon Punch.
I thought they would have got it from the fucking title that I put on it. Like,
You said Falcon Punch.
yeah, that's how he says it.
That's not
How
the
many
way
views do we use in that?
Huh?
Fair few.
Use. You like.
I really went to town on.
It only
the
searches
use
so
in the
many
actual,
use.
data in the back end of the sound file. I think I kind of half broke the titling system by the amount of use I put in it. Came out weird.
Right, so I think that's. I haven't played anything else. How about you guys?
So, Joe,
It's kind of warm in here.
anything new?
It is getting kind of warm. in here.
No, not really. I'm 1 hour off 300 hours in Starbound.
Fucking hell.
These two should be on record and bring your messages.
I played Starbound. I played Mount and Blade.
Mountain Blade is still a quality.
Yes, exactly.
I actually, I admit, I played a bit more Minecraft as well this week.
Exactly. We're all turning into it.
I
now.
only said to Joe that we should all go onto Minecraft.
I think, yeah, I do.
Oh,
do,
Minecraft's popular for a reason.
Like,
It's just I never had the time to really go crazy with it.
Something weird happened to me in Minecraft, right? I was
My
playing
picture popped back up, the one I made for you in the water.
What, Lee is gay?
I spent a long
Thanks very
time
much.
making that, and then I took a screenshot and put it on Facebook.
And Lee is very happy.
I am very happy. I'm very gay. In ye olde English. Anyway,
No, that wasn't the intent, Stephen. It was a very childish sort of, oh, you're gay. sort of thing.
I was
Put that in brackets behind. That took you the majority of the time.
This is meant as a very childish.
I mean, no offense to anybody except for Lee, who's gay.
Then you have to explain it again.
But anyway, no, that did
The
not pop
infinite
up.
loop of Minecraft.
That did not pop up. What did pop up though is my penis. No, not that. What I was playing a game and it started raining outside
Yeah.
and then it started raining in the game. So I was like, "Fuck, all right, okay."
It's really nice when it does that, though. It's really peaceful, I find.
It was, and then I decided to start building Asgard from fucking Thor.
Okay,
And
if
then-
that's what you're into.
And then
you
it
should probably
started.
start off a bit smaller, because I've seen your creations in Minecraft.
They're
They're
quite
terrible.
good. Fuck off.
You cannot build in Minecraft at all.
I think I still have our original world.
I'm sorry, Lee.
I've gotten much better. You haven't seen shit, okay?
I have seen shit, Lee. You showed me.
Actually, do you know what? I don't think I would play with you guys because you
very
come across
critical.
as a griefer.
He'd be just fucking TNT everywhere.
No, hold on. I don't see it. He's a TNT guy.
I'm the booby.
He's a farmer.
Okay,
farmer.
here's the
I
background
work
story.
my land and I pay for what I get.
Evan,
I
I
do
don't
everything
know if
right.
you know this because we
I
did
don't
this a
give
while
anything
ago.
away because fuck those
That,
people. They should have gotten into
Al is an avid farmer, okay, and he had the biggest house out of a lot of us because me and Louie were just messing around. I built the the animal farm and kept the chicken
They
hawk.
took everything away.
No, stop.
Everything.
No, stop.
down to
Al's
the
house, we
bedrock.
left it perfect. So what we did is that we left the bottom floor perfect, and we stacked a couple of spots with TNT and pressure plates, but we dug all the way down to the core of the earth, so it's just a hollow thing. So
That's how long I was gone. I was gone just mining away on my own. I was like, this is great.
And me and
I'm
Louis were
mining.
under his house and we
I've
turned
gathered
off
some
the
resources.
icons.
And I actually didn't return to the house because I was so, well set up that in my mine I had chests there where I could deposit the resources and go back into the mine without returning home.
Yeah.
So I could just take the valuable stuff home. That's how much of a farmer I am in Minecraft.
Yeah.
I was doing my shit and they were laughing away. I was like, what are you doing?
we just booby-trap everything.
We're just doing stuff up here. Alright, grand. I'm working away.
So we dug
I'm
it
sure
like
to be nice.
corridor.
Because we had a
It
community.
didn't get you in
we
the
had
end.
a community.
The fall didn't get you. You fell, but you landed on the edge. I remember it.
And was that
Al just literally fell and landed on the edge and looked into this abyss that was the world.
You tried to kill me. You did
No, we
kill
did
me
kill
once.
you because his shaft that he kept going up and down. One time, me and Louis, yeah, we put obsidian at the bottom. So one time he went down and he just hits the pressure plate and it just goes tick tick and all the TNT. Is and then I think we did the bed trap as well when he spawned, and then we forced you to.
No, you never got me with the bed trap.
No, you came down the stairs and lo and behold, there was the cap onto your house.
This is why I played Minecraft on my own.
Yeah, that took us hours.
Me and you, Lee, you're not an abusive dick like him, right?
No. I'm fucking creative mode.
Yeah.
No,
Making
okay, well,
shit.
no, I'm not playing with
No.
you. You're great.
I honestly.
I'm sorry, I'm fucking building Asgard, okay?
Yeah, okay, so
Yeah,
farming.
the time that would take it to make one gold
Doesn't matter.
block.
Doesn't matter.
Just one gold block.
Would take
but the
years.
The satisfaction that he would earn from making that gold block is worth
He'd
any
be
Asgard.
80 before he has one statue made.
I've got the Bifrost
Yeah,
built.
but once he has made one statue, he can have himself a little
Yeah, but
satisfaction wank.
he couldn't call it Asgard. He'd call it Gold Oscar.
Yeah,
I've got-
and then he
No,
would
no, no.
realise that
He
man
wasted
cannot
his-
achieve on his own, and he would feel bad and die.
I've
He
got
would be
I've got the
confused.
Bifrost built. I've got the Rainbow Bridge built.
I don't care what you built. You made
If I
it.
hadn't
You
tried
made
to
it.
mine that shit,
Wait a minute.
I would never have gotten that
You
far.
haven't
What's
built
the Rainbow
it.
Bridge
You
made out
magicked
of?
it.
What I did was I got
Is it made out of wool?
no.
Okay, good.
Okay.
No,
I don't like
I
when
would-
people
I would at
use
least give you some
non-building
credit.
products to build things.
I would give him some credit if he had just made loads of gold blocks and mined them and then gone from there. But no, you just golded the shit out of everything. You just used
I
the
did,
magic
yeah.
wand.
Yeah.
But anyway, what I was trying to say was
Boo-hoo Xbox.
what I was trying to say was I was building Asgard and it started fucking thundering outside. So that's all I wanted to fucking say. And then you just went on a big
If
fucking rant.
we play Minecraft,
Clearly you're not
we go
serious.
onto a map and turn name tags off, and it's just everyone to themselves, and there's no rules.
No.
There's no.
I'm not playing with
We're
him.
just-
I'm not playing with him.
I know how that's gonna work out. Me and Alan will be building our own
You can
shit.
team
You'll be
up.
going around fucking booby trapping everything.
No, because we'll just kill him anytime he comes nearby. And then we'll take all his TNT and booby trap everything. Actually, no, I'll cactus the fuck out of everything. You hate my...
Yeah, the cactus killed me a couple of times.
I have surrounded my place with walls and walls of cactus at a time, and there's one little way in and the way out, and you have to know where you're going.
If
Yeah.
you want to just go full on sociopath, we should probably just get into Rust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be done with it, like.
That
Did
involves
you-
other people, though. We
Did
want
you hear
pros.
Sean Elliott's talk on what he was doing in Rust?
Yeah.
He's
Well, we
like
can just-
full on fucking like Mad Max Thunderdome shit. Like
I like
two people who don't have anything. He tells them, whoever wins this fight, you can have whatever you want. And he has a big fucking Thunderdome, and he's like, gives them 2 knives or whatever, and then whoever sticks the first person first gets whatever they want. So what happened was he got 2 guys. This guy killed the other guy, and your man was like, I want a machine gun. So he gave him a machine gun, but no ammo.
Aw. In that game, do you remember the video one of you put up about the guy whose name is Chief? And it's the funniest video because it has a
Yeah.
the streamer Gold Glove.
Yeah.
He was on what's his name? Shit, Jack Frags and Frankie 1080p. He the same dude because they were in the same server.
Are you not chief?
No. Oh yeah.
Chief.
No, Keith is.
You're about Chief.
So he was on the same server, and Chief was going around, and it was that guy.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
He has to have a YouTube channel. If he doesn't, it's a sin. It's just that guy just has a way with words.
I'll try find it and link it in the thing. I think we should call it a day because it's 10 to 12?
11.
10 to 11?
It's
Yeah,
getting
it's
really
7
warm
hours.
in here.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Or you're just getting really sick.
Yeah, it's not that long.
Yeah, maybe I'm just getting sick again.
I know what will fix that.
What?
Operation Flashpoint.
It probably would. No, that's probably a terrible idea.
No, it's not a terrible idea. You can go last. Anyway. Because otherwise
You'll keep
Oh,
going.
spread the disease. But
Right.
then again, I'm only in tomorrow, then I'm off for 5 days, so I don't care.
Call it a day.
Yep.
Cool.
Bye.
That was a good show.
Take it easy. Bye. Bye. Yeah, it was a good show, wasn't it?
Give yourselves a nice pat on the back there.
Well done, lads. Well, that's a great show.
We really did well this week.
Alright, let's put our proper accents back on.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so that was a very nice show, I have to say.
Yeah, I think you're right,
I really want to play that game that you're talking about, Angry Flaps. It sounds really interesting.
I didn't even think of the way that was going to sound when I said it.
It sounds like a great game, though.
It sounds like the spin-off from like a spin-off game from the movie Teeth.
I'll give you a good one.
Right, are we actually now
Yeah,
actually done?
Call it, we're done.
Done.